Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie, welcome back to another requested reaction video, and it's gonna be Happy Video Game Nerd Game Quickie for the House of the Dead. Oh boy, I absolutely love House of the Dead, so hopefully he doesn't shit on this game, because it is totally awesome. I remember House of the Dead for the arcade machine. I used to go to the arcade machines and play House of the Dead on one of those sort of laser light guns, which was total awesome. Yeah, I also remember this actually for the Xbox original. There was a version for the Xbox original. I bought like a sniper scope or a scope gun or something like that. It was a sniper and a shotgun, and it used to work on the House of the Dead. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was pretty cool for a light gun to shoot the enemies on the screen with a light gun. This was requested by the Night Star. Now, the channel was requested by the Night Star, but he didn't specifically request this specific video. So I've just been picking up the videos that interest me. The games I've actually played myself, because reacting to 70 videos is not a wise idea. Yeah, let's check out this, and hopefully he enjoys the game, because House of the Dead is totally awesome. Let's go. Light gun here. Oh boy. Gotta remember that game on GameCube. Oh boy, I remember playing this with my dad. Jesus. We had a lot of fun. A lot of quarters were used. Cussle kept dying. I think it was like $1 a pop.
House of the Dead for the Sega Saturn is a substandard port of a great shooter that is not worth the money it commands online. Unfortunately, unlike its two sequels, it has not seen re-release, so this is the only way to bring it home to a console.
Wii, yeah.
PC is not a console. A step above its Sega contemporaries, the Virtua Cop games, it's probably the best of what you could expect from the Saturn, a system that can never do 3D very well anyway, and features exclusive content that certainly amounts to something, though this doesn't save it from being a lackluster port with a bunch of issues. And on top of that, it's super rare. While most super rare games are either just plain terrible, or gimmicky tournament carts made for store kiosks, House for Saturn is neither Action 52 terrible or Star Fox Competition rare.
Damn.
But for people like myself who collect to play, not just to own, I'd say House of the Dead is not worthy of what it commands on eBay. It's a tough recommendation even at $50, which is what it cost back in the 90s. But since this game can get in the $100 range, I'd say you're better off saving up for Earthbound.
Yeah, fuck, that's expensive.
As with most systems, some of the greatest and rarest Saturn games snuck in right as the system was dying. When everyone was rightfully enjoying their PlayStations and N64s, games like Saturn Bomberman, Albert Odyssey, Enemy Zero, Magical Knight Rareth, Panzer Dragoon Saga found their way to store shelves when nobody was looking. But this is usually how it goes. By the way, if you're watching this and 20 does,
all these flashes, I'm about to have a fucking seizure.
Before the Wii dies off completely and those games get crazy expensive. Which is the case with House of the Dead. It slid into American stores in May of 1998, a little more than a year before the Dreamcast came out. Like the games I mentioned, it was given a very limited pressing and is one of the rarest games on the system.
I've never played it for the
Saturn.
Saturn,
was purchased when it first came out, and I feel it is my duty to remind you
now
that
these
just
flashes,
because the game is
Jesus.
rare doesn't mean that it is good.
I feel like I'm about to have a seizure with those flashes.
But to be clear, this game isn't outright terrible. It's just got a lot of problems. What holds House back is how it feels and how it looks. For starters, the gunplay is off. There's lag that wasn't present in Sega's previous Saturn shooter, Virtua Cop 2. House is no different from Virtua Cop. It's frantic and loves to surprise you, but House on Saturn doesn't allow the flexibility it demanded in the arcades.
It's better on the arcade
machine. Yes, the frame
machine.
rate is very choppy at times, but I feel like I'm always a half step behind the action. Precision is there. The Sega Saturn stunner gun, yes, that's really what it's called.
Yep,
solid.
stunner gun, that's
Aiming
what I
isn't a
remember from the
problem, it's getting shots off in time. When enemies jumped out at me, I felt like I was just barely hitting or missing them. But on Virtua Cop, it would have been no problem.
Virtua Cop
made
is
the second boss, who was
Virtua Cop is an amazing game.
Absolute pain. Oddly, though, he isn't as mobile when you fight him again, so he's much easier later on. And man, does this game have the worst kind of loading. Not only is it often, it ends so abruptly. Usually there are creatures ready to attack you literally seconds after the game comes back on.
Yeah, I remember
So
this.
while this is happening, you're expected to keep at the ready while it fetches the rest of the game for you.
Yeah.
I'm usually not one to criticize graphics, since retro is kind of my thing, but the visuals are just plain ugly. Again, in the arcades, House was a graphical improvement over Virtual Cop 2. Bringing House to Saturn was clearly a difficult task.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
guessing.
given when this port was produced, I'm sure a lot of the Sega A-team was secretly busy on Dreamcast stuff. It's possible that this
Dreamcast.
port could have looked
Oh,
and
boy.
ran better, but the reality is it doesn't.
Actually, the
Visuals
Dreamcast
are
wasn't
bad,
bad,
and
actually, to
frame
be
rate
honest.
chugs at times. It's a
Had some
mess.
respectable games.
Furthermore, terrible graphics can make enemy projectiles like axes difficult to spot and deflect. And it's definitely a bummer that this game got an M rating, yet red blood
Oh,
is
these
hidden behind a
flashes,
D
fucking
button.
hell, I feel like I'm in a fucking siege.
It's
Can you
such a
see the
shame that
lights?
House of the Dead has never been re-released. Branching paths give this game a lot of replayability.
I think it was
saving
released on the
scientists
Xbox
give you plenty
original.
of opportunities to extend your life, and Saturn mode is a lot of fun. Playing with a super strong gun that only has 2 bullets in the chamber changes the dynamic of the game a lot. Also, these dudes have flame chainsaws. How fucking cool is that?
Damn, yeah, that was pretty
But there
cool.
must have been some technical reason why it wasn't included in the Wii compilation, which is again a shame.
Yeah, I think 2
It's
and
a
3 was
solid
for the
light gun
Xbox
game,
original.
and
That's a
laggy
shame.
shooting with ugly graphics proves it just couldn't be done justice on the Saturn. Factor in its triple-figure commanding price tag online, and it's very difficult to recommend House of the Dead for the Sega Saturn. If you're gonna spring for a Sega Saturn stunner gun, Virtua Cops 1 and 2 hold up.
Yeah,
If you're itching to
Virtua
play
Cops
this
is
game,
amazing.
consider the Windows port. And if you're looking to drop some serious coin on a rare game, you're better off saving your money until you've got enough for Earthbound, Snatcher, or a complete Lunar on
Fucking
PlayStation.
Snatcher, god, I remember that. Damn. Well, yeah, that was good. Is that the end of the video? Yep. I agree. You know, I've never played it for the you know, the Saturn, the Sega, but I gotta say, the arcade version that I played was absolutely incredible, honestly. I played it on, like, the Xbox, as I said. I've played it on the Xbox original. But from what I remember on the arcade machine, it was absolutely great. I loved it. It was awesome. But actually, I preferred the House of the Dead 3, I think. I think it was like the House of the Dead 2 or 3 or something like that. But it was much more better as the series went along. But the House of the Dead is a you know, it's not the greatest game in the world, but it's a respectable on-screen sort of shooter game, like you know, Virtual Cop or whatever that was called. So I remember playing that as well. That was awesome. That is a really freaking good game. I remember playing it. But yeah, you probably won't find the arcade machines anymore. I don't know. I've seen a couple of House of the Dead arcade machines. I've went to, like, it was about 6 fucking years ago. Actually, probably 8 years ago. Actually, maybe longer. It was like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I actually saw the House of the Dead, the arcade machine, and it took a lot of money. We were just pumping money into that damn machine because I wanted to complete the game. It was, oh boy, it was expensive. But you could probably physically buy the game, the amount of money put in that damn machine. Yeah, I mean, this was a respectable game review. I enjoyed this very much. This was more fairer because, you know, it was like 2 different versions for the Wii and for the arcade machine and for the Saturn, of course, the Sega, not Sega. But I gotta say, I would recommend playing it on the original House of the Dead arcade machine because you just can't beat originality, you know. You can't emulate it. You can emulate the game, but it's just not the same. You gotta have the light gun, you know. You gotta point at that screen and shoot. You know, it's quite an experience. But yeah, this was a good video. If you liked this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.